Can you hear? You can hear me? Ladies and gentlemen, this is Cage Wars 38 coming from Schenectady, New York, Rivers Casino Resort in this beautiful area just outside the state's capital. And the first fight of the evening is Tarry Marbley versus Brandon Dean in a catchweight 175-pound kickboxing fight. Will, what can we expect from these two gentlemen?
Camp out in Western New York, as we spoke about on the podcast the other day. They're bringing a crew of guys out here. They're looking to make a statement. This young man has been making his T-shirts, his promotion material. He's got his fans here. He's feeling very confident. He's facing a guy, Tarry Marbley. It's his first time in the cage. He's coached by Orlando Bonanno, who's a phenomenal striking coach and an MMA coach who's stepping back into coaching after being away for a little while. So they also feel like they have a little something to prove. So this should be a really, really quality striking match.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. Dean and Marbley are about to go at it in a kickboxing match. 175 catchweight, just like we said. This is going to kick off the evening of 14 bouts, 13 MMA bouts in this solo kickboxing bout. Right now, Terry's making his way into the ring as he's hugging his family and friends.
You know, I've had the opportunity to move around with Terry a little bit in the ring and train with him. He's one of the nicest guys I have ever met, and I can't say that I've seen a more determined or serious look on his face than I do right now.
You know, like you're saying, you know, he looks focused, ready to go, and as we know, every time these young men and women step into the Cage Wars cage, which is actually an octagon, a former UFC cage, has been used downstate New York. These men and women come prepared.
Well, absolutely, they should, and the ones that don't come prepared, it's very obvious, very fast.
Most definitely. He saunters into the cage.
Nice and calm, if you notice. He's breathing, he's relaxed. Now, they both got shin guards on. This is novice K1 rules. Up to Mike Falvo.
Following contest scheduled for 3 rounds, and it is in our catchweight 175-pound kickboxing division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, representing Crown City Combat, out of Cortland, New York, he is Brandon the Ghost Dean. And his opponent fighting out of the red corner, representing Bonanno Mixed Martial Arts out of Troy, New York, he is Tarry Marbley. And your referee for this contest is Mr. Bill Kiefer.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. This is round one, first fight of the evening.
One thing to notice, and having moved with Terry, he is a southpaw. And if you're a right-handed fighter, fighting a southpaw, it is awkward. Let's see how Brandon adjusts.
And Dean's coming out right away.
Terry's nice and composed.
Nice kick by Terry, and Dean tries to answer.
Terry's very composed. He's letting him punch right now, you know. Now, to the outside observer, it may look like Dean's got a large advantage, but Terry's got some great defense right there, using that shell.
And Dean doesn't look like he's landing, but he doesn't
no,
look
and
like he's doing
and it's
much
arm
damage.
punches too. There's not a lot of power behind him. Terry's kind of feeling him out.
He's working that jab.
And if you notice, Brandon's already hopping around a lot. You don't really want to use that much energy in the first round. Terry's nice and composed, good head movement, which is indicative of Bonanno fighters. He's working off that jab. These angles that southpaws give you, especially a southpaw that uses a shell, is very awkward to deal with when you're a right-handed guy.
What makes it so awkward for someone who's not a southpaw and that is in a traditional
Every
orthodox?
angle is different on the strikes, and you're really very susceptible to the straight right hand from the left-handed fighter. Now, vice versa, that left-handed fighter is also susceptible to your right hand, but left-handed fighters are always used to fighting with right-handed fighters, not the other way around.
Almost like a left-handed pitcher in baseball.
Yes. Terry's doing a great job. He's got octagon control. He is dropping the hands a little bit as he attacks.
Yeah, he's not throwing a lot of volume, but he is controlling
He's controlling
the
that cage, and he's got the defense right now.
And Dean's throwing, but he's not throwing with a lot of power.
Nope, and Terry's very composed and calm. He's breathing, his mouth isn't even
it's
open.
affecting him at all.
No. Orlando is my coach, and he really works on technique and really pacing yourself and working through that first round, establishing your own rhythm. 10 seconds, 1 minute.
And there's the horn, the end of round 1.
Now, here's what Terry has to worry about. What did those judges see?
They see volume.
Me as a striker, I see that we give the volume to Brandon, but I give that cage control to Terry, and I give that defense to Terry. So let's see how that works out in the judges' eyes.
You think his jabs, his strikes were a little more significant?
I'm
than
saying
all
I
those,
think
that little flurry?
I'm saying I think that the judges could give this 2-1 for Brandon.
I would agree. Just
You know,
just the pure volume,
yes.
I think he's going to win that first round.
So now it's going to be an issue of if Terry can find his rhythm, his tempo, and establish his pace.
And you don't want to fold behind too early. First round's the first round, you feel him out. The second round's where you got to kick in that gear and start picking it up.
You can't go down 2-0 because then you've only got the knockout or a 10-8 round to bring it to a tie. Both coaches in there reassuring their fighters, giving their pointers. 10 seconds.
Tonight's event is sanctioned by the USMTA, the United States Muay Thai Association. Round 2, ladies and gentlemen. Meet in the middle, and there's Terry right again, established in the center. But once again, Dean, though, is trying to work that volume.
And now the important thing for the folks at home to know, a K1 match is different than Thai kickboxing Muay Thai because this is truly more of a kickboxing match with only a 1.5 second clinch. So this is definitely a more advantage somebody who's got some kickboxing and boxing background than potentially MMA or Muay Thai.
And explain that clinch, because when you have the 1 second clinch, you can only throw so many knees.
You can only throw 1 or 2 strikes, and then that referee's going to separate you. Where in Muay Thai, if you get that clinch and they can't let go, you could beat them until they're done. Terry doing a nice job with that jab. Now, if you notice, he's been looking for those openings, and he's starting to find them.
There he was with that left coming across.
He's closing the distance.
Ref separates them, and we're back at it. He's definitely looking to set up that straight left. And there it is.
And if you notice, he pulls his head right after he throws it. He doesn't leave it there to get hit. And if you notice now, Brandon's pace has slowed down a little bit.
Yeah, the volume has definitely decreased, except for when they get in that clinch, he starts with the flurry.
And that's flailing. I wouldn't even call that a flurry.
Yeah.
That's flailing. I'm not.
No, you're right, though.
A flurry is some precise strikes.
That right there was probably the best strike by Dean the entire fight. Nice
He's
kick.
hurting that left leg of Brandon Dean, though.
Now, when we beat up a leg like that, a fighter, how much of an effect does that have on someone trying to strike?
When it's kickboxing, it's huge because you've got to root those feet into the ground to what we call kinetically link your muscles to produce power.
Right there, it looks like Terry just knocked out the mouthpiece of
Of
Dean.
Brandon Dean. Bill Kiefer calls a halt to the action. We got less than 10 seconds. I give this round to Terry, hands down.
I would have to agree 100%.
If he was smart, he'd land a good kick or punch to finish. There we go.
So I'm gonna say it's 1-1 after 2 rounds.
Yep.
What does the coach of Terry have? What do they tell Terry in this round, between rounds?
You know, I've worked with Orlando a long time now, and I guarantee you that he's telling Terry just what he would tell me. You know, right now's the 3rd round. This is the go-to. You've paced yourself. You felt your opponent out. Now it's time to kick it up a little bit, hit that overdrive, and take the fight home.
Most definitely. And now if you're in the corner, Dean, what is his coach telling him? I think he has to be a little bit more significant.
Clean it up.
Yeah.
Clean it up and be significant. You know, pick your strikes. Don't waste your energy just throwing to throw. third of 3 rounds right here.
Yep, final of 3 rounds, and we're about to get going to finish the first round of bout number 1 for this evening.
Corners out. Brandon taking a few big breaths.
Here we go, and we're right back at it. Oh, as Terry forgot his mouthpiece. Need to start with that.
Yeah, that's
and
not a
we're
good
back
situation.
at it. No, that is not. And here we go. And right again, Terry establishes the center.
Well, he's a very technical fighter. Orlando Bonanno's a very technical coach. So, you know, he teaches his guys and girls to stay there.
I do have to say, though, Dean's strikes right now look a lot sharper than they did the first 2 rounds. They're more straight. They're not wild in the outside.
They are, but they were extremely wild in the first 2 rounds.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Terry doing a good job pulling the head. If you notice, he's coming just outside and striking on the way back in. Nice job with the kick. Even when Brandon tries to mount an attack, Terry does a nice job exiting.
Yeah, his movement in and out is changing levels. Is definitely a little bit higher level than Dean's.
And if you notice, he's very comfortable moving around. He's not extremely concerned. Anything can happen in a fight. We all know that.
Terry
We're coming up on the
clinches.
1 minute mark, though. They both better turn it up because otherwise it's going to be in the judges' hands, and who knows.
And these are only 2-minute rounds, ladies and gentlemen. 2 3-minute rounds. MMA is 3 3-minute rounds on the amateur
Nice
level.
body shot by Terry. I haven't seen him throw that cross to the body. Nice job right there. Brandon didn't expect it. Nice kick.
Nice straight right there. I like what he's doing, moving his hand, blocking the punches.
That's that Philly shell, baby. That's that Philly shell. It's one of my favorite defenses. Nice left hand. Staying right in the pocket. Brandon doing a good job weathering that storm. Oh, nice right hand by Brandon
Not seeing a whole lot of
Dean.
explosiveness from either fighter with 20 seconds left in the game.
No. But again, it's their first fight, the both of them. So
Yes.
who knows what their awareness really is right now in this moment. We're coming up on that 10-second mark.
A little heavier shots right there.
There you go. Slice right, left hand. Good job.
Good way to finish the
I give this
fight.
2-1 to Marbley.
Yeah, this is definitely a close one. I'm curious to see how the judges
I go
score.
split decision, 2-1 Marbley.
I would have to agree. Split decision. Curious, though, to see how the judges score it.
Agreed. And I've been on the other side of it. I've lost decisions as a fighter. I've given decisions as a judge. I've watched decisions as a ref. It's the last thing you want to happen.
Yeah, most definitely. That's why they always say the infamous don't leave it to the judges. As both fighters greet each other and show excellent sportsmanship. We're waiting for the official decision.
A lot of class by both guys, a lot of class by the coaches.
And we're packed early tonight. They loaded up the seats. We did start an hour earlier than we normally do.
I was wondering. I thought so.
Yeah, we usually start at 8 o'clock.
Why did we do that? Do you know,
I
Tom?
am not sure. I don't know if the casino moved us up or what it may be. Or
I'm okay with it.
I'm fine with it too. Worked out well for me driving up here.
Good show of
But
sportsmanship.
it's packed early.
Good show of sportsmanship by both guys. Back up to Mike Falvo. It's one of my favorite defenses. Nice left hand. Staying right in the pocket. Brandon doing a good job weathering that storm. Oh, nice right hand by
Not seeing a
Brandon
whole lot of
Dean.
explosiveness from either fighter with 20 seconds left in the game. Right now, if you can see,
No.
we got a couple.
But again, it's their first fight, the both
highlights
of them.
from
So
the fight
who
going
knows
on.
what their awareness really is right now in this moment. Terry stalking right there.
We're
Coming up on that 10-second mark.
Up. He's picking his straight punches. Brandon's doing a nice job trying to engage, but they're all
Big
kind of
heavier
round right
shots
there.
right there.
There you
But
go.
again,
Slice
look
right,
at
left
Terry's
hand. Good
composure.
job.
Way
Look at
to
the head movement.
We're waiting for the official decision.
Technical-wise, I'd give it to Terry, but who knows with the volume?
Yep, yeah, because some people like volume. Some judges prefer to see more volume, more action, instead of 1-2 shots here and there. But I really think you have to, dictate the more significant strikes.
And the cage control. And Terry
Yep.
Terry controlled that cage the whole time.
As Terry is getting fans shouting his name throughout the crowd. Ladies and gentlemen, we're live on Fight TV. Cage Wars 38. And here we are for the official decision, up to Mike Falvo.
Now we go to the scorecards. Judge number 1 scores the fight 29-28. Judge number 2 scores the fight 28-29. And judge number 3 scores the fight 28-29 for your winner. Out of the red corner, Tarry Marbley.
So a split decision, just as we thought.
Yep, split decision, just like you said, Will. He didn't say it was a split decision, but when you hear 28-29, 28 in front means it went to Dean. Good decision.
It is, and you hear some boos from some of the folks in the back, but chances are those folks have had way too many drinks and don't necessarily understand the rules of judging.
You know, people just want to see a lot of flailing and striking.
They want to see a slobber knocker.
Yeah, they think it's a bar brawl, and it's not. This is a sport. It's technique.
On
Any
that
sport,
10-second mark,
football,
and there's
you can't
judging
hold, there's
criteria,
flags for
and there's
that,
judging
yep.
criteria, and as the athlete,
A little heavier shots right there. Here we are into
there
the
you go.
highlights
Slice
again,
right,
the
left
replay.
hand. Good job.
Good way to finish the
I give this
fight.
2-1 to